Hola amigos. Today we're going to be talking about BookTok's favourite series, Shatter Me. But you knew that because I put it in the title. So I don't know why I did this. So originally I was going to just talk about the series and then at the end I'll tell you, is it worth reading, yes or no? But then I realised there's going to be spoilers in the video, so that's a dumb idea. So I'm going to tell you now, it is worth reading if you like dystopia, if you like romantasy kind of. It's not really fantasy. There's like magical-esque elements to it, but it's more like dystopian romance. If you like that, you like teens saving the world, you like authors giving characters as much trauma as possible, then you will like Shatter Me. Like the rest of the BookTok community, you will really enjoy reading it. I did. Sorry, my voice is very dry right now. So I was thinking I'm gonna give like an overall at the end, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about each book separately if I can remember, because I read the series a while back. And you're probably thinking this is kind of dumb because like who hasn't read Shatter Me? But I'm sure there's lots of people who are still thinking about it because I didn't read it until January because I got it for my birthday, but I'd wanted it for the longest time. And I read it in like 6 days. I got it on the 28th of January and then I was finished by the 2nd of February, so that was a Tuesday to a Sunday. And I probably would have finished quicker if I didn't have to like eat and go to school. So if that tells you anything, it tells you that it's a really good book. So I'm going to start with, obviously, Shatter Me. I'm going to go through, I'm not going to do the novellas until the end. I'll do them like as a whole at the end because they're very short and like it's the same thing that happened in the book. Except believe me, that gets its own chapter because I love it so much. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm talking too much. I'm rambling. It's been like 2 minutes. Gosh, what my turn. Shatter Me. The first thing I thought was a lot of people said that like Juliet was really annoying in this book. I didn't think that when I first read it, but after reading the whole entire series and going back, I'm like, she was a little bit annoying. But like you can't blame her because she was tortured for her whole life. I understand why she would be the way she is, and I really actually like it because it shows the character development that she went through, mostly through the first 3 books, and then after that she was kind of the same, but she was better. So what I'm thinking is, I feel like, obviously, Taherah Mafi, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I hope that was right. She knew that she was going to write more books in the series. So obviously that's why it ends on like a cliffhanger kind of. Obviously I read it because I knew there were more books in the series. But when it comes out first, I feel like that's not, although I mean, yeah, I don't, not that it's not good. I did like it. It was a good book, but I feel like not much really happens. And I think that's because she knew that there was going to be more books in the series. But if you're not planning to get into the whole series, or if you're like just reading this book, I don't know if it would convince me to read the whole series unless you already have the knowledge of how good the series is, because that's why I read it. I think reading this book alone, I wouldn't have read the entire series after because I might have got bored. I mean, I don't think I would have, but I could see why some people might. And I'm also thinking, I don't really have that many thoughts. It was a long time ago. I don't much remember, and not much really happened in the book, I don't think. I don't remember anything significant. I don't remember thinking anything. Oh no, do you know what I do remember thinking? Julia is like attracted to every man she sees. When she describes Adam, when she describes Warner, when she describes Kenji, she's just like talking about them as if they're the most attractive men on the planet. I'm like, okay, keep it in your pants, Juliet. We get it. You haven't seen any people for like almost a year, but still, not every man is the most hot guy on the planet. You don't need to do all that. Like, I get its character description, but it was kind of crazy. I remember thinking like, why is she attracted to everybody here? Next, Unravel Me. So this book is a lot longer than Shatter Me, as you can see, and I did like it a lot. I think I like the this is like when she goes through all her character development, so she's not at the end completely, like you can see in the scene with Warner. She should have just gone with it because you're not dating Adam anymore, and that's a stupid thing to say. And that broke my heart a little bit. I really wanted her to get with him. I kind of really liked Warner even from the start, but yeah, she shouldn't have said Adam's name. That really sucked. But anyway, I'm supposed to start from the beginning. I liked this a lot. I liked the characters. I feel like Winston and Castle and like the twins, they're also underrated. I never even heard of them. Like, obviously, before reading the series, I knew Julia, I knew Warner, I knew Kenji, I knew Nazira, I knew Adam, I knew James. I never knew Winston, and he's like one of my favorites. And Brendan, but I'm a bit biased because he's British like me. But anyway, the characters in this book are so underrated, and like throughout the entire series. And I don't know why I never knew about them before. But anyway, yeah. The thing about her being invincible, also that was kind of a shock. I was like, oh, that doesn't seem very realistic. But then obviously it's not a realistic book. But I like the way she did it because it's not like, oh, this character is invincible and nothing can stop her. It's like, yeah, she can still be stopped if she like doesn't control her powers. So that's what I liked about that. The breakups were multiple because he wouldn't take no for an answer. I don't know. I don't think I had enough time to get attached to the relationship before they broke up. So I think that's why I didn't care that much. And also, the way that they went about it, like how Adam reacted, it kind of annoyed me a bit. So I don't know. I understand where he's coming from because he just gave up his entire life and put his life in danger. And now she's like, I'm breaking up with you. But like, you can also like, she had a good reason. You were about to die. She almost killed you. And honestly, I loved all the Warner scenes because we got some new insight on him. Although we already had it from Unite Me, but still, I really liked it. So this book, I think it was better than Shatter Me because you get more to the story and like develop the characters more. But obviously it's not the best. So in the main series, Ignite Me is the best, but as a whole, Believe Me is my favorite. And speaking of the devil, let's go to Ignite Me now. Look how pretty even the cover is. And also, like this book, I've reread my favorite scenes so much that it's like worn at the spine. The rest, I tried my best not to, but like you see the rest, they're like really intact because I really wanted to keep them, preserve them. But this one is kind of worn down a bit by accident because I had it in my school bag. So anyway, I have a lot to say about this, so I might talk too fast, but I'm going to try and pace myself. I love this book. I forgot to mention when I was talking about Unravel Me, but I love that Warner still saved her even after she shattered his heart into a million pieces. It's redemption. But like, yeah, we understand why she might not be ready yet. But anyway, the best book in the series ever. She's finally like a good character. She's done her character development. She's not annoying anymore. She's standing up for herself. She's controlling herself. She's not taking any of Adam's stupid shit. It's amazing. Obviously, I also love that the relationship with Warner is finally developing because I've been wanting that from the start. And I also love the friendship with Kenji. It's just, I think that's more in Unravel Me as well. It starts to develop, but in this book, it's so good. I love Kenji. He's one of my favorite characters. And what did I think about this book? Oh, I'm gonna talk about the paging scene and the scene before that. I understand why people hate Adam for what he said. Like, I don't think he should have said that, obviously. But I feel like the over hating of him is so forced for no reason. Because if you read, what is it? Fracture Me is his perspective, and also you read that, and you also think about what he said. He didn't really say anything so bad. Like, yeah, it was bad, but if you think about where he was coming from, he was stressed. He was trying to take care of his brother, and he also had to feed all these other people. Juliet, he thought she was dead, and then she comes back with the guy who tortured him. Like, yeah, Warner was actually a good guy. He was just like misunderstood and tortured his entire life as well. But like, Adam didn't know that. In his mind, that was just the guy who made his life hell, and his ex-girlfriend just watched him being tortured, and then obviously she wasn't actually with Warner at the time, but you can see how it would seem from his perspective to see that. I'm not saying that, yeah, he was right for saying that I was happier when I thought you were dead, but like, I think you can cut him some slack. You don't have to overhate him for that. And obviously at the end of the series, like, he apologized and they were good. And Julia didn't care. She didn't care that much. She got over it really fast. So that's what I thought. Also, the paging scene was so cute. And that's also another scene where I think Winston and Ian are so underrated in that. That is one of my favorite scenes in the book. And also, I love the fact that she just, like, in one chapter, she just takes over the world. That's very interesting to me. Let me actually find it. I think it's actually in a couple chapters. But yeah, she just shoots him like twice. That is in this book, I think. Like she just shoots him. That's so badass. Restore Me. So I was saying that this is a series worth reading. In the first 3 books, the storyline is quite like easy to follow. It's simple. This is where things start getting complicated, and I got really confused. I don't know if it was like, oh, by the way, double POV. The next book, triple POV. We love that, but it doesn't really count because most of the time they were unconscious in the next book. But we're talking about this one now, so I'll get to that when I get to that. I don't know why, like all the mind erasing thing and all that. That started to make me really confused, but I really did like it. It was a bit harder to follow, but it was worth it because at this point I'm already so invested in the characters. Some people say that the series got worse after this book. I think the opposite. I think it got better. I really liked it. So, first, the opening scene with the haircut. That's so... I don't even I was in school reading it and I was like, I can't smile because people are going to be like, what are you reading? I'm like, and I don't want them to talk to me. But it was really funny. It's one of my favorite scenes in this book. The next thing, the main thing in this book is like obviously the breakup. I'm gonna defend both sides here because I think people take sides a lot. I'm gonna defend both sides because I think I can understand where both of them are coming from, probably because I have both their perspectives. But we'll start with Juliet. Obviously, I don't think she trusts Warner a lot, and that is understandable because he literally told her to her face that he's a liar. And she's probably stressed out a lot with all the things that she's uncovering and the people that she loved knew and she didn't tell her. And she's also like in the middle of taking over the world. So I understand like exactly why she did it. I don't understand why she got drunk and shaved her head, but I'm glad that her mum regrew it. So I understand where she's coming from. But I feel like it's not really Warner's fault because you have to remember these books all happen in the like all 9 books happen in the span of like maybe a year, a little bit less, I think, even. And so I really understand why he didn't say. At this point, they've been only together for 2 weeks, and in those 2 weeks, they've been taking over North America. So it's like stressful. Obviously, you're not going to get around to everything, and it's been established already. Like everyone knows, he's a private person. He's not like ever been open about anything ever. I don't know why she would have expected, like, I know she wanted that, but they never even talked about it. And I think they should have talked before breaking up. It's kind of a miscommunication trope. But I understand, like, the stress on both sides, why it happened. I'm glad they got back together, but I feel like the breakup was kind of unnecessary. And it was just another plot point to make it more interesting. But yeah, that's what I thought about that. And I don't really remember anything else that happened because that kind of destroyed me a little bit. They called the book Restore Me. They had no right because that breakup shattered my heart. So that was not very nice. But we'll move on to Defy Me now. Defy Me. This is where I get very, very confused. Okay? So I kind of forgot what happened in Defy Me and Imagine Me because in my mind I kind of merged them. So I'm just going to take a quick flick through. Hang on. I'm going to take a quick flick to the end. Okay, alright, okay, I remember. So they're both in Australia, or I think just Juliet. They're both, oh no, they are both in Australia. And this is the one where we get Liya telling about how the mind erasing thing. Okay, yeah, that really, really confused me. I didn't understand. Like, I still am kind of iffy on it, but I think that's just because I don't really remember everything that happened. It seemed like the details were a bit messy, but I did really like it. Like, I'm not trying to say it's a bad book or anything. I really did like this series. I just thought, maybe it's just me. I think maybe I'm just a bit, like, slow. So maybe that's why I didn't understand very well. But, yeah, and I'm going to do them together, actually, because it's getting really iffy and it's hard for me to remember. So, Imagine Me. I liked both of them. I don't remember what happened. I remember I liked it. The whole torturing her sister thing, that was a bit crazy. But okay, he didn't know, and I mean, he was just doing what he had to do. So I can kind of get over that. I didn't like the fact that her sister was like trying to kill her. I feel like that was a bit selfish of her, but also she was even tortured even worse than I think anyone else. I feel really bad. Like the entire book. That's why I think I really like the books. That's why I remember, because I don't remember what happened, but I remember how I felt, and I was feeling a lot. Like it's really emotive. These books really do make you think and feel. Sorry, like so much emotions. I get really connected to the characters, and I do that in all my books, but especially in this one, I felt so close to all the characters, even the ones when you don't get their perspective. So I think that's why I say so a lot. I just realized, but I think that's why I did really like it, even though I don't remember exactly what happened. I think that's because the plots kind of merged into one. So I just kind of remember the main idea of what happened, but I don't remember specifically what book it happened in. But yeah, it was really good. I really liked it. So if you haven't read it, you should read it. These are all the books in chronological order: Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Restore Me, Defy Me, Imagine Me. And if you haven't read it yet, which you probably have because it's literally one of BookTok's favourites, but I mean, I never read it until this year, so maybe you haven't either. Maybe you've been thinking, should I? And you should. Oh, also, Watch Me just came out. It's the next. It's Shatter Me: The New World or something. It's a new series. I haven't got it yet, and I really badly do want it, but we don't have any bookstores or anything near me, and I don't like firstly, I don't think the libraries near me would even have it, the idea store, and also I don't like renting books. I like having my own copies to keep on my shelf and also reread when I'm bored. That's what I do. I read the entire series in 6 days, and then since then, when I was bored, I just went back and reread my favorite scenes. So I mostly just reread Ignite Me and Believe Me, because those are where all my favorite scenes come from, because they're the best. Okay, anyway, novellas times. So this one, Warner and Adam. This one is just Kenji, but there's two. And this one is just Warner, and it's just one. And it's their wedding, so. Oh, but yeah, they get married. You know that though. I was thinking, oh, I should cut that out. That's a spoiler. But yeah, there's spoilers in this video. I should probably do a spoiler alert. Okay, so we'll start with Unite Me. I liked having both of their perspectives. I liked Warner's perspective because I think it made me like him even more, because I already kind of liked him, but it made me like him more. I liked having Adam's perspective as well, because I think I just still don't hate him. I still understand why he did it. I'm glad that they didn't end up together, but I think that he's still not a bad character. So I liked having his perspective because you know what happens to all the other characters as well while Juliet is like shot. So I liked that. Kenji's perspective. Firstly, we just love it because Kenji is the best. He's so funny. And I liked also seeing his relationship with Nazira develop. I loved that a lot. That's a really cute ship. And also, I kind of forgot what happened as well. Let me see. I think Shatter Me and Reveal Me. So Shatter Me was, I think, during Restore Me. So it was nice to have Kenji's perspective on that as well, because we only got Juliet and Warner's in the other one. And Reveal Me was, I think, during Defy Me after, or I think it was the beginning of Imagine Me. It was around that. So it was nice having Kenji's perspective because Kenji is the best. And now this is my favorite. Believe Me. I loved Believe Me so much. It's literally my favorite in the entire series. I love that they were getting married. I love all of his interactions with the dog and with everyone. It's so funny to see, like, every single time he was talking to the dog, I was like losing my mind in school. Me and my friends, because I got my friend into reading it, and so I was rereading it and she was reading it for the first time. So we would both have our books and we would read it together like this. And then the entire dog scene, we were just laughing so much. So I really did like this book. I was sad at how short it was because it seems like quite long, but let me find the end. It actually ends here, and then the rest is This Woven Kingdom, which I'm not planning on reading. And I was really upset because I thought it was much longer than it was, and it wasn't. And I was really disappointed because I wanted to see what happened after the wedding. But it was still one of my favorites. I loved all the interactions in this book. It was so nice. I really liked this one. So that's all I have to say about Shatter Me. So let me do a summary if I remember everything that I was yapping about. Overall, also, oh, by the way, for Imagine Me, I forgot to say, I thought it was really weird that she was attracted to their dad. Like, I understand why, but you didn't have to put that. Like, you could have made him an ugly old man. You didn't have to make him attractive to her. That was really weird. Anyway, overall, I loved the series. I thought it was a bit confusing at the end, but I remember how I felt reading it. I don't remember exactly what happened, but that's just because that's the way I am. I really loved it. If you haven't read it, read it. If you have read it, read it again because I know you loved it. And if you didn't, bye. Like, what? And so, sorry, I need to move around. I haven't moved for like 20 minutes recording this. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, it's definitely worth reading. But you know that because you've already read it. So, I'm just talking now because I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, you know what? That's all I have to say. I'm just going to end it now. Okay, thank you. Bye.